So how does it feel to be visually compared to Guillermo del Toro?
Um, I mean, we've probably got the same, like, overall head dimensions. Let me look up his face. I
I
don't...
feel like at that point you'd be like the missing link between Guillermo del Toro and like George R. R. Martin going
Huh.
in that direction.
Wow.
I don't know, did you see
Apparent...
that comment?
No.
I know more about your comments than you do.
Look, I'm super busy. Sometimes.
Playing a lot of Warframe. Let's
This
be
is true.
honest.
This is true, I've been playing more
I,
Warframe than usual.
I've seen my Steam friends list.
Though, almost
I keep waiting to
inevitably...
borrow games on your friends list and on your account. I'm like, oh, he's playing Warframe. All right, maybe another day.
That's rough that it limits you. That you can't borrow games from me. When I'm playing, like, unrelated games.
Yeah, you guys are hardy.
Yeah.
Still, they're not. Oh, I'm dead. That was a bad example. That was a bad example.
Yeah, watch out for
Quick
the,
return, -1 bounce.
watch out for the ones with the chain guns. They're kind of rough.
A ton of rocks just came flying down. That was a weird
Oh,
moment.
yeah. That's my special move. You make people
Oh.
electrical, I avalanche people.
That explains why it looked completely at odds with the environment. If it was coming from you instead of the game. I was like, why would they put that in this level?
You know, just random rock falls. It's totally normal. I got spare wooden parts. Do I want them? Nope.
The trajectory of aiming in midair is fantastic.
It is pretty
We
great.
just go for a little Superman glide. Ow. Ow. Oh, Chainman.
Tenno needs your help.
I cut off guard a little bit. You know what I'm noticing about this game that's different from most shooters?
But
There's not really much sense that, hey, I'm being shot right now by death.
yeah, you kind of twitch a bit.
Kinda have to stare at your life bar.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, there's definitely a thing in a lot of games where, like, you get shot by a bullet and it's like, oh, fuck! Most video games, really. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah, the problem is there's so many enemies in this game that there really can't be a whole lot
Yeah,
of
it
feedback.
would be happening non-stop.
Yeah. That
I need,
either your
I'd like to
character
have, like,
would
an emergency notification. Maybe, like, your shields explode, like, oh, fuck, shield vibration, screen
Yeah,
flip
actually,
out a little bit.
that would make a lot of sense if there was like a like pew.
Broken shield feedback.
Yeah, like that would be really nice.
Instead, I just glanced at my life bar for a second. I'm like, oh, look, it's going down as I see it hit 0.
And then death. Yeah.
You gotta... The beginning of each mission's kind of spent feeling it out to see, like, is this a mission where I'll take damage or one where I can ignore my health bar forever? There's definitely missions where I don't have to even slightly consider if I'm taking damage.
Yeah, when you're in the void, maybe like Tower 1, you don't have to worry about it so much. God damn
Or
it, my
even on that
shot...
topic, I've noticed that there's levels where everyone will be completely pointless and harmless, but then like one specific enemy, whenever it
Oh,
shows
yeah.
up, is the one harmful thing.
The chain gunners and the bombarders, or the bombards, are the ones you want to worry about specifically in this tile set. Everybody else is mostly killable.
Not seen a bad guy for a while.
I've been killing him.
Yeah.
You got a speed boost. Go for the red thing.
Oh, well, yeah, I was trying to. Mixed results.
Like, I'm actually the slowest frame. Yeah, watch out for the carrot.
Nope, that did not work out. Ah, shit. Ah.
You know there's a staircase, right?
Yeah, but every time you use a staircase, people yell at you. That's not how Warframe plays, dummy. You're not supposed to use staircases. Those are for the troglodyte monsters. But then I mess up my jump 3 times, and it's like, why aren't you using the elevator now? The thing we yell at you for using. You're right, Wander. It is better just to not read comments.
Yeah. Like, I do, and I don't.
Yeah. It's hard to convey the concepts to people that literally everything we do is wrong.
It's true.
In every game, forever.
I had somebody show up to my
Anything?
very
Nope.
first episode of Scrap Mechanic saying that they played it once and they're better than me. And mind you, this is me within minutes of launching the game for the first time, and I'm like, okay.
I'm better than you at this game that has literally no stakes or challenge or goals.
Like, I will read comments
You literally have to
for
make
a
up
while.
your own definition of being good first to even say that.
Yeah.
Because it's just a sandbox with nothing else.
I'll read comments for a while, respond to a number of them, and then get sick of it for a while and, you know, read them occasionally. Mostly whatever pops up on my dashboard, because honestly, I get so many comments per day now that it's, like, unfeasible for me to read and respond to all of them. I wish.
Oh, definitely
don't
not
have that time.
respond.
Yeah, definitely not.
No one has that kind
Obviously.
of energy. I will say that seeing how much of a flood we already get, I can definitely say that every large channel, like Game Theory and PewDiePie large especially, that have the gall to sometimes say, I read every comment, they're literally lying to your face.
Yes.
Because it's impossible.
I mean, maybe if you put one out per day and you just, at the beginning of the next day, scroll down the video. Yeah, that'd be feasible.
Like they're
Maybe.
saying I read every comment and that they browse their comment section like when the video first comes out for a little bit. This is what they mean by I read every comment.
Yeah.
Because the
Well,
actual comment dashboard on YouTube and all the notification systems they actually make it impossible to keep track of comments on that volume.
I honestly kind of wish there was like a Reddit integration for comments. Like if I could just go to like a kind of a weird personalized subreddit and it has my video, I go to the comment section and it's just got a bunch of like, you know,
Like ratings.
kind of. I was just thinking like a drop-down system where I can like show and hide comments really easily. Because there's no
Oh.
way to like, you know on Reddit if you can like close comments so you don't see them anymore. Because you've already read them and stuff. Like I really wish
Yeah.
there was kind of a way to do that, and maybe I'd actually read them more often. If there's actually like Oh hey, Volt Prime Blueprint, or Helmet Blueprint.
I mean, for me, the ideal way of managing comments is just to actually get the to have them come in the emails.
Yeah.
When they're coming in email form, then you can delete each individual email, and that's how you know you read them. But even that fails sometimes, and like notifications shut down on some days and things like that. And
Wow.
emails have a character limit for some reason that's like Twitter-sized. So if people leave more than like a sentence worth, you can't read the email, and you have to physically track down the comment and figure out where it was. I got a gin one.
Yep. More so, you got the blueprint. One of the blueprints you're looking for.
The carrier is a gin, right? That's not something else.
Yeah, it is.
Boost owner's shield when it runs out.
Yep. That one's
Ooh.
useful.
Wait, but that's a sentinel one.
That's for all
Is that-
sentinels.
What's a
The
gin?
You know how you have the carrier? Jin is a different type of.
Oh, it's one of the. It's
Sentinel.
one of the. Okay, like a shotgun. It's
Yep.
one of the. It's this specific one. Okay. Yeah, that guardian sounds like a really good thing for my carrier to have. Oh, your shield dropped and it's back. At least put the bare minimum version on it. Oh. Cost 21. That ain't no small thing. Oh, never mind. I have plenty of room. Forgot about the massive capacity that carriers have.
It's nice.
I guess they just come pre-boosted, right? Because I guess that's the amount that they have. Other
they-
items have when you double them.
They come pre-boosted if you buy them from the cash shop. Which,
Oh,
Yep.
I've been
That's like one of the only
I
things you
learned a
bought.
thing.
I
Yep.
thought you'd want to know.
Okay.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return
Covered in blood.
safe and sound.
Did we get a Volt? There, a
Yeah,
Volt Prime helmet.
Yep.
I need one Neuro, and I'm set for building it.
Okay, we'll do that later. Let's get
Although
you the rest
it'll
of the
cost
parts.
me 2/3 of my current polymer bundles, which I assume the rest of the set will require more, so I'm probably going to be pretty short.
Actually no. You're gonna only require 1,000 polymer bundles, 3 neural sensors, 2 neurodes,
Oh.
Some alloy plates, an ore can cell, 1,000 scrap metal, 3 control modules, and 1,250 circuits.
And 3 teaspoons of love.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna put us
Or
on
loading screen frame rate.
I'm gonna put us on.
Every now and then I'm actually worried it's gonna break.
I'm gonna put us on T2 exterminate until we get you the systems too. Might as well stick with this for the time being.
Alright. I think you actually got 10 times as many kills as me last time.
Well, I switched to a bow this time around. You should have an easier time of it.
I didn't notice how far behind I was till the results came up and I had 15 kills. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, you're using a largely unupgraded gun and stuff, right?
I mean, it's it's packed with upgrades as much as it can be, I think.
Yeah.
Although that one enemy definitely took like 15 shots to the face before I killed it just now.
Yeah, it really depends on kind of what enemy and what gun you have. The guns I'm running with are fairly heavily boosted. So I've got a bow right now that one-shots everything. The enemies are admittedly not super tough in this game, but still.
Die, lasers. I don't even care if it's one. I don't even care if they count as enemies. These lasers are bullshit, and I'm killing them. Oh, you magically killed them from above ground. I don't know how you did that.
Did I?
Yep. You're standing where you were, and all the lasers underground got wiped out a second ago.
Weird.
It was a weird surprise for me because I was about to go kill them, and then they all disintegrated. You can obliterate things without knowing they exist.
I don't. Do I have a weapon that would do that? Because my shotgun will specifically do that.
Oh wait, it might have been my carrier, I guess. I forgot my carrier even has a shotgun because I never see any sort of indication it's doing anything really. It's technically armed with one, so it's probably killing stuff.
Apparently we missed something back here.
Oop, floating.
Oops. There we go.
Nope. Go that way. The Superman glide is fantastic.
It is so satisfying when you get like a really solid arc and a lot of room to maneuver. Let's see. Welcome to Grindframe. You'll be here for a while. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That is the premise of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I still like the gameplay enough that it feels worth it in my mind. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other first-person shooters and third-person shooters with weapons that are as satisfying as the ones in this game.
For me, it's Destiny.
Yeah. I have a hard time comparing them though because Destiny is a console shooter, and I decidedly don't feel as strongly about console shooters.
Oh. Attacked by drones! Howdy, folks! That was way less credit room than I was hoping it would be.
No, you hit them. You hit them all. You just didn't realize it. They're underneath you.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was going to go that far for sure. So when I saw the balcony empty, I'm like, oh, that hit nothing. And then I sort of slid down the stairs and saw what I had done. Much like your anonymous laser incident, I had not known what my true damage was.
Still don't think it was me.
Goddamn. Yeah, it could have been my carrier. I assume it's shooting because it has a shotgun. Gets experience and stuff.
My melee weapon is useless.
I don't know. Like, do you ever notice your drone doing stuff?
No, I've actually not really bothered upgrading it too hard.
Yeah,
I've
but it is
mostly
shooting
upgraded
stuff all the time, isn't it? Like they have to.
Supposedly?
Yeah, you just can't really see it. I don't think. Fuck
Like
this room with lightning.
I heard good things about the carrier being like an offensive sentinel, and I'm like, alright. And then just...
Sure, I believe you.
Yeah.
A forum said it. It must be true.
I think the wiki
No one
was
here.
the thing that was actually saying it.
That did not help me at all.
There we go. Oh, that reminds me.
There's it is.
after this mission, we have to go to the dojo. We should have enough money
What is that?
for stuff. After the
For them
last
sick
episode,
trades.
yeah, one of my fans gave me some spare mods to give to you. Though I've forgotten specifically which ones. I've probably got a bunch of spares that you'd like. Have I mastered
I'm
how
trying
to
to think what they
fly?
were. What did I need? Was it flow, energy siphon?
I definitely have a flow. I definitely have an energy siphon for you.
Oh, yay. I get that energy regeneration set up.
Yeah.
Although a lot of this stuff won't be at its proper power until I can carry hat twice as much mod.
Yeah, which is...
And I assume that the Prime Volt's going to be level 1, right?
Yeah, it's going to be level 1. If that's the case, I'll bring you to Draco. And we'll get you up
Oh my
really
God.
fast.
I feel unwelcome all of a sudden. Enter the room and you're just exploding my face.
Well, you walked in front of a drone. That's what you
Startling
get.
moment. Oh. Oh, it's the exit.
Whee! God, I love
Well,
just
I'm all
flying
ready to-
across this entire room. It's so
I'm all ready to
satisfying.
Matrix shoot the opponents, and I just lazily glide towards the exit.
Oh, hey, Saren Prime systems. We might be
Saren
here for a
Prime.
little while. We've got to get you the,
Systems
get-
for the Volt.
yeah, the Volt systems, which are also from here,
Ooh.
or, you can also get them from Survival 1, but it's faster to just do a bunch of exterminates than a bunch of survivals. Let's see. Is
That's
this game...
asking if it's... Yeah,
pay
they're
to
asking if it's
win?
pay to win, and someone said no, but I mean, isn't this game the definition of that?
Yes and no. So,
You
I mean,
literally pay money to progress everything and get super things that people have to grind for months for?
it's pay to get to the end faster.
Yeah.
Is that winning?
Which is winning
I guess.
in like
I mean,
every game.
I'd say, like, paying doesn't give
it's
me...
less severe in that you're not paying to win against players who fight you.
Yeah, it's like...
Wait, does this
paying-
game have PvP at all?
It does, but paying
Oh,
won't give you an
well, that-
advantage there.
Oh, is it super... Does it just ignore your characters or something?
From what I've heard,
Can
it's
auto-balance
balanced
you?
weird.
Does it really balance you, or does it Destiny balance you, where it's actually just lying to you, and people totally have an advantage when it says it doesn't?
I think it's the latter. I haven't touched it yet because I don't care.
I mean,
But
if there's a
mainly-
multiplayer and you get an advantage at all from progression, then that makes this game literally pay to win. That's what it means.
Well, I think it's more balanced in terms of, like, the weapons are stupid and not, like, your standard meta makes no sense. If
I'm off to the dojo.
that makes sense. Alright. Alright, take T2 Exterminate. I've only got 6 of these keys. It should be fine. Worst comes to worst, I do some T2 Exterminate on my own. Borrowing from some of the guys that play this more than me. And don't use these keys.
Oh, right, because if we run out of keys, we can't do this anymore.
Luckily, you just
So you
kind of
get more.
accrue them randomly, so, like, if we run out of these, we can just go do something else until we get more. And it's not that big of a deal. The hardest ones to get are actually T3 keys, in my opinion. Because I've got, like, 40 T4 keys, because I keep doing one level over and over and over again.
Tower's neural sentry is operational. I'm picking up multiple threats, all under Oricon control.
Not the neural
Satisfy
sentry.
all out.
What do we do?
I wish they
Whoa.
had properly explained this area maybe a little bit more, because I'd love to, like, see, like, the process of the corruption and all those things.
Did they explain it better if you go at it through the specific order?
No. No,
Oh.
this place, as far as I know, is never introduced from, like, a plot perspective. Like, the Derelict kind of was.
Just is the void.
Keep fighting. As long as the enemy is here, this tower is useless to us.
Wow, sick burn. Take that, Grineer. You should have known better. We're all very disappointed in you. I am just melting people right now. Power spam, go!
Feeling good, Palpatine?
Yep, that's more or less what I wanted. It is an underestimate. It is a understatement to say that I really like chain lightning.
Oh yeah, Chain Lightning is satisfying.
So when we fired up Warframe and it was like, choose a character, and one of the characters was like, I have chain lightning immediately. I'm like, okay, you win.
Yep.
Nothing has chain lightning immediately. It's often literally the last spell you get from a lightning tree in a mage character in a game.
I forget that you're, like, a huge Chain Lightning fan in other games, too.
fun.
Oh yeah,
It's everything. It's just
saw that,
usually
like-
really satisfying to look at, like in Baldur's
It's
Gate
true.
Dark Alliance.
that was such an interesting game. Did you play both of them or just the first one?
Baldur's Gate Diablo Alliance. I played
Was it?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 on the Xbox.
Yeah, I
Which
played the first.
was
and
really
then the second
confusing
one.
to me because it had like D&D like 2.0 rules or 3.0 rules where
It was
the
3.0.
armor, like a smaller number, was better. So like, why does every armor have? Why do all these weapons have like
you
terrible negative
sure?
armor? I mean, not weapons, but I was going through the game and every item had negative defense. I'm like, why would I wear any of these?
Are you sure? Because Dark Alliance was totally 3.5. Or
Did you play it on the
rules.
Xbox?
I played it on a PS2, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
See,
I mean,
where's
it's like the only
Barracuda
time I've
included?
played one of those games.
You might be confusing it with one of the other Baldur's Gate games, because the
Like Icewind Dale? Oh wait,
Yeah,
no, never mind. It wouldn't be that because that's not an action game.
no.
It was definitely a top-down, like, co-op multiplayer action game. Which gave me a very false impression for a while of what Baldur's Gate was to people.
Baldur's Gate was an interesting game. We tried replaying it over Christmas, and I'm like, I have no interest in this game format 90% of the
Yeah.
time, because Divinity Original Sin just ruined it for us. Me.
I want to play Baldur's Gate because of the story and the characters and everything like that. Like, I want to experience that. I just
Yeah.
really wish it didn't look like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest missed opportunity is that they remade those games and didn't remake those games. Like, it just still looks like really tiny 2D, like,
they fixed the user
undistinguished
interface,
models.
though.
Yeah, they made it work on modern computers like GOG does, but they called it like an
Well-
enhanced edition in a way that it seemed to imply that a lot more was, or at least I hoped more would happen than that.
Yeah, which is... It didn't.
I hope that it would at least look like Pillars of Eternity.
That would have been real nice.
But they didn't make it that far. It's still like really tiny models, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to empathize with this tiny army man. That's the barrier for me. Is I love RPGs, but for story-driven RPGs, it's a little harder to care sometimes about the story when
It's not
Like-
a character normally.
yeah, like to think about like the competition is Geralt of Rivia from Witcher 3, which is this really
Yeah.
emotive 3D character that's really easy to buy into and just get into the story. And in a game like old Baldur's Gate games, it's like that is sort of recognizable as a man. It's about
Kind of
as
looks
far
like
as I
a
can
Sims
get.
1 character, but like even worse.
It's like a little blur of pixels, and at the time it was cutting edge, but nowadays it's like
Oh, yeah,
a
it
little
was
harder to go
fabulous
back to.
in the day. I have the
Going back
hardest
to a
time
part
with that.
that's rough.
Oh, what was another game that I went back to recently that just like was revolutionary and no longer just holds up at all?
For me, one of the big ones is Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, that one was.
That was a
One of the
mind-blowing
first third-person
spectacle of video
shooters.
game, and now it's like muddy play monsters.
Yeah,
At the time, I thought it was the best multiplayer mode of any game ever. And
yeah.
nowadays, you go into and you're like, wow, this is unplayable. Like it's literally not fun to play that game against people.
At the inception of my channel, hey, Saren Prime. At the inception of my channel, Shell and I started playing through Banjo-Tooie, and she was like,
Yeah.
this is the best game ever, whatever, and it's just like, nope.
I will say I went back and played Banjo-Kazooie when they made the remakes.
Oh
The
yeah,
when it was literally the same game, but it works on Xbox controller and has like anti-aliasing. Basically, was all that
Yeah.
they did. Was they up-resed the rendering, and I loved it.
yeah.
I love
they're
the
really
whole
fun,
thing.
but they
I was
don't
so
look
into it.
good. They do not.
Nah, they
look
don't
good.
look great, but the gameplay totally held up for me, which I
Oh, yeah.
wasn't quite expecting.
I think
Partly
a lot
because
of the
Game
old,
Grumps
like,
tried to play Conquer at some point, and they gave up, and they literally didn't publish the videos because it was supposedly so bad. So I was worried that
Wow.
old Rare would be hard to play, but it was actually great.
honestly, I think like 3D, well, not 3D, but like third-person platformer collectathon games probably all still hold up relatively well. My brother and I played through Space Station Silicon Valley, and like that game held up really well, except for turns out there were a lot of bugs that they never bothered to fix. They were like brutally game-breaking in certain ways.
For all the old platformers, especially the 3D ones, Like the really big deciding factor is just is the camera manageable nowadays or not?
Yeah.
If the camera still works, then it's probably still a good experience. Surprisingly, you just got to get over the blocky, like sometimes PS1 and Nintendo 64 looking graphics.
Yeah. It's a bit hard.
I never noticed it at the time, but nowadays I can look at PS1 and 64, and I can actually tell which console a game is on. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It weirds me out that, like,
tell.
64 has a weird issue where the entire screen was blurry all the time, and the PlayStation 1 had a thing where it looked really sharp, like you could see the individual pixels on the textures, but the text it looked like the textures were a series of like papers that were taped to a paper mache wireframe.
Yep.
And they were fluttering in the wind all the time. Like it looks like textures are vibrating in their place, and you'll see the seam between the textures like open and close and stuff. Really weird looking.
Honestly, I would say stylistically, it's I would say Final Fantasy 7 and 8 kind of defined the PlayStation look, and like Super Mario 64 totally just like symbolizes what an N64 kind of looked like.
Yeah. Like one of the first thing that always is the difference for me is that like whenever I play any PS1 game, especially if it's first person, you can just see between the polygons, like there's cracks in them. And I've never seen that on any 64 game, I don't think. Like Mario is a solid-ass colorful model with nothing leaking through. But he's also blurry as all hell, which might be why.
I never really found the N64 to be particularly blurry.
There's like a muddiness to everything. It's specifically in the comparison to PS1.
I'd have to look at screenshots again. It's been a while since I've loaded up an N64 game.
And it's also possibly partially due to modern screens.
Yeah, that's true.
I am using modern screens for these things sometimes, but like 64 games are often really weirdly blurry, whereas PS1 games are sharp to the point of being bad for the visuals.
Ooh. Mini boss. Stick with me.
Let's go make
Don't
him
move.
like. Oh, what? As I rocket into the room, don't move!
Alright, back up. I don't know if these guys are gonna wreck your shit. But it's a lot harder for me to protect you when we're in the middle of them.
Trying to use my ult and it wasn't working, and I was really distressed. Lasers in this room.
You
Howdy,
can shoot
folks.
the lasers, by the way.
Yeah.
Are there
Done
any more
plenty.
of those, like, weird walker things? No?
Not really.
Usually
I was
you
a
get
bit of a
reward
range
for
away from the
killing
lasers
them.
for a shotgun. At least based on my expectations.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the shotgun. You've got the Strewn still?
Yeah.
Strewn's got, yeah, pretty bad drop-off. I've got the Heck, which has, like, no drop-off. In terms of damage.
These guys are
spread.
not really taking damage very much. There we go. I switched to the strewn instead of the melee. Just feels natural to run through a room meleeing and shocking. But it doesn't quite work. There we go.
It's where you're supposed to get a reward for killing those guys. Guess not. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, there's also a thing where the 64 was the king of frame drop.
Define.
There's a lot of games where you... Well, like, you just... When you go back to the 64, you get that familiar feeling of, like, I fired something explosive. The game is running at half speed now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the N64 was not strong, performance-wise.
Electrocute! Satisfying.
I wonder if our electrocutes stack particularly
Oh.
well.
What are you right now?
I'm my Volt.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, so you are.
I don't get to play him very often, so...
It's almost impossible to recognize what your teammate is when you're actually playing. Because they're just a
Yeah.
blur of color sprinting around.
It's more identifiable when you actually need to work together, but, like, this is just run around, shoot people, so it doesn't matter so much.
I mean, if you have to work together, you hopefully know in advance what each other are. That's usually when you're making a party composition of some kind.
Yeah. Like, we need to do a sortie someday. It'll have to be, like, you, me, and some fans. Just because, like, those things are, like, legit hard.
Because
And you
Birdie
actually
and
need
Shell
to
won't
think
make
about-
it.
Let's just say Shell would die, Bird would screw up something, and
And blame it on you.
Yeah, and you'd probably be insufficiently geared and end up kind of falling suit while I'm just trying to keep everything alive. And, like, even then, that'd be the easiest... One of the easier sorties. Because these guys are, what, level 30 or something?
I'll tell you when
think
one of
they
them's
are.
alive long enough for me to see a number.
They're all dead. We killed them all.
Oh, well, then
Yeah.
I'll never tell you now. It's my secret.
Let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of fans, though, that can totally carry us through things really easily, though.
Excellent
Which would
work,
be
Tenno.
nice. If we needed it. For the most part, I don't know. We'd have to figure out how we do a sortie. Mainly, we need somebody with a good microphone, probably. Which I guess I have 2 people? 3-ish people that have good microphones.